Boys and girls, your boy Dread is back, and I'm going to give you guys my fan review of the movie Deadpool. Yes, I saw it a couple of hours ago, and I was impressed to say the least. Oh yeah, before I get started with this review and go really in depth, as you guys can see in the title, minor spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything major. No plot points, no who lives and who dies, and no real endings. Basically, I'm not going to spoil anything that you guys pretty much don't already know from the trailers. And oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day, guys. Hope everybody goes to see the movie this weekend. Hope everybody goes to dinner. Hope everybody eats, drinks, be merry, get plenty of chocolates, get yourself wasted. Oh yeah, and I hope a lot of y'all stocked up on plenty of Plan B pills and condoms. Yeah, anyway, yeah, now this people have been campaigning for an R-rated superhero movie that they can get behind, because the last R-rated superhero movies that I can really think of were Kick-Ass and The Watchmen. That's about it, because a lot of superhero movies, they don't want to push that R rating because they don't want to, because like most of their money does come from casual moviegoers. And that, bearing in mind that when you go to see this movie, there are four groups of people that this movie is just not for. If you watch this, if you fall in any of these categories, this movie might not be for you. One, it's not for kids, hence the R rating. The sexual content, the vile jokes, the blood, the gore, the violence. It's not for kids. Nobody under 16 should really be watching this movie. Two, it's not for casual fans. Basically, if you have no knowledge of comic books or the character, a lot of the references are going to go over your head. I mean, because I guarantee you, if you have some knowledge of the character and you take somebody who doesn't really know anything, there's going to be parts of the movie where you're laughing your ass off, and the person with you is going to be like, I don't get it. Why is that funny? And it's going to ruin the movie for you. Three, it's not for people who are sensitive, because there's a lot of tasteless jokes. It's a few tasteless jokes. I mean, like, there's a gay joke here and there. There's a domestic violence joke. Slight spoiler. Yeah, but yeah, if you're really sensitive, and can't take a joke, this movie's not for you. And also, this movie's not for people with a weak stomach. I mean, because, there's blood, there's brains, there's dismemberment, there's body parts being chopped off and everything. So yeah, if you got a weak stomach, this movie's not for you. But overall, I mean, like, it is a revenge tale. It starts probably like halfway through the movie, yeah, it is hilarious. And of course, they tell the origin story through flashbacks. And to tell you the truth, I think that's how an origin story, should be done, because I'm pretty sure everybody's tired of seeing a 2-hour superhero movie with 45 minutes to an hour of an origin story building up the character, and with only 15-20 minutes of action scenes. I'm pretty sure like that's something in all action superhero movies that's been done to death. It's been done to death. But yeah, I actually like what they did with it, because they incorporated the flashbacks and the story into it perfectly. It's like, if you're gonna do it, then yeah, do it right. And the acting, I mean, like, of course you don't go to see a superhero movie for the acting. You go for the action, and you go for the violence. Like, that's pretty much what you go for. But the acting in this movie is gonna be pretty much like one of the most underrated qualities. The comedy. Don't even get me started on the comedy. If you don't come for the action, then you're gonna come for the comedy, and pretty much vice versa. It's either you come for the comedy, you stay for the action, or you come for the action and you stay for the comedy. I mean, just pretty much. And there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of dirty jokes, and there's gonna be a lot of pop culture references that Deadpool fans will get, and even some casual movie goers will get. Completely just disregarding what I was saying before. But yeah. There's like, the comedy in the movie is I mean, like, there is not one part in the movie where Ryan Reynolds opened his mouth and you don't laugh. Everybody in the theater was cracking up every time Ryan Reynolds pretty much talked. Now the story is kind of straightforward. I mean, like, there's no real, oh my God, shocker, surprise, twist. There's not really, I mean, it's pretty much bare minimum. It's pretty much like, okay, I'm going to this movie and I know what I'm getting. This guy who used to be a mercenary, if you read the comic book, this guy who used to be a mercenary and is taking odd jobs, falls in love with a woman, and he's diagnosed with brain, lung, and testicular cancer, and he volunteers for this secret government program to make him better. And of course, it gives him superhuman abilities. Super healing, peak human strength, peak agility. Basically he becomes not a superhero, but a superhuman. That on top of his military skills, with his in his military and hand-to-hand combat fighting skills, because Deadpool is one of the best martial artists and hand-to-hand fighters in the Marvel universe. That on top of the fact that he's unpredictable in the head. Now the cameos and the his pretty much superhero sidekicks. Colossus, who's pretty much CGI, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. That's a mouthful. And those guys who are supporting characters, the supporting characters did a pretty damn good job too. And speaking of supporting characters, you had Deadpool's friend, or Wade's friend. The guy who says, "You're like an avocado had sex with an older avocado." Yeah, that guy. I mean, he was funny because you know how you got the comic relief, and yes, they do mention that in the credits. In the opening credits of the movie. But yeah, this movie is so self-insistent. It's like okay, I know what I'm gonna get, but it's like when I get it, it is still a surprise to me. That's the good thing about this movie. I mean, well, tons of good things about this movie. Now, before I give my final verdict, is there anything I can say about this movie that's negative that will be nitpicky? Can I say anything bad about this movie without picking it to death? No. I cannot, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, because like how a lot of these YouTube movie reviewers do, they give the movie an initially good review, then they go back 1 or 2 weeks later, and they find everything wrong with it instead of just taking the movie for what it is. This movie is direct. This movie is in your face. This movie is full of action. I mean, go see it if you're a comic book fan. And like I said, even though this movie may not be for casual fans, you may want to go check it out anyway. I mean, just because it's a fun adventure kind of ride. So yeah, I don't object to casual or hardcore fans going to it. But anyway, as far as my final verdict, the action, I'll give it a perfect 10. The comedy, I'll give it a perfect 10. The story, with it being straightforward, no real plot twist, anything like that, I'll give the story a 7. The acting, I'll give it an 8. And the special effects, I'll give it a 9. So my overall rating for this Deadpool movie would be a 9 out of 10, just overall. But anyway, if you guys saw this movie, what do you think? I mean, oh yeah, and also if you haven't seen this movie, stay after the credits. There is a reference to an old movie, and there's something being hinted at in the Marvel universe, or at least the X-Men universe of Marvel. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.